Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And you might notice that I have a level 90 Ash. Now before we get into level 90 Ash, I do want to remind all of you that this is the last day for the UE Fighter Pickup event. So do collect all of your Magaki coins, collect all of your tickets. Be sure to use everything that you do have before this event ends. You just never know, you might get lucky. You might get something that you want. I already have an A5 Magaki, so if I get a memory, that would actually kind of suck, to be perfectly honest. But I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. Luckily, I didn't get a memory, so I don't feel so bad. But do collect everything that you can. Also, run through all these events. Go to use your carnival. Collect everything from your carnival. Make sure you collect everything from your co-op event. You do want to go into your Ashcraft event and do collect everything that you can. If you do have extra shards lying around, do collect those through the events in the game, so that way you can get your stones. Also, go into your codex and make sure that you collect everything from your codex. If there's anything in here, do collect it. And also from the KS Lucky Bingo, you got shards in here. If you have any of these tickets, do use them before this event does end. Also, make sure that you do come in here and collect everything from your Rush Dungeon. Collect everything from all of these towers if you can. If you have anything remaining in here, do try to go ahead and get it. Don't leave anything unturned. Get everything that you can. Do all of your last runs in the Alexandrite event to try to get the best score possible. And so let's talk a little bit about level 90 Ash. So I actually got pretty damn lucky, and through the carnival I actually gained some extra shards, and I was actually able to get this guy to level 90. Now a little tidbit of information for you guys as far as resources when you're leveling him up. It actually takes over 12,000 of these items, of these experience bottles, 12,300 to take this character from level 80 to level 90. Over 12,000 of these from 80 to 90, which is absolutely insane. So do plan to use quite a bit of your AP in order to get as many of these things as possible. You're probably going to do some extensive farming to level up these characters. That was astronomical. I about crapped in my pants when I saw that. Crazy insanity. And you can see that, I pretty much have his attack, his penetration, his overpower, his momentum level up. However, you could level up his defenses and HP to give him a little bit extra survivability. But remember that overpower does decrease damage received, especially against the Alexandrite event and against future events that we're going to have with the Ages Challenge. And momentum will actually do more damage. So I went ahead and just leveled him up in hopes that he's going to perform really well in the future. And now his Phantom UE is completely maxed out. And whenever you have 3 bars, now he's going to get that 11% momentum. He actually gets that with 2 bars, but he's also going to get an extra attack by 220% for 1 second. A massive amount of extra damage for that 1 second. That is just crazy. And now his striker bonus does increase phantom damage by an insane percentage, and deals burn damage equal to 90% of the striker's attack, which is insane for a UE character because their attack is massive. Their stats are just nuts for every 1 second for 10 seconds. So really, really massive striker, in all honesty, can actually be pretty damn handy, especially in the epic quest. But I'm going to show you guys a little something like what I showed you in yesterday's video with Psyche, because really Ash and Psyche are the 2 strongest characters of this update as far as just raw damage. They are the Kingdom Comes as far as the characters that do the most damage possible. And we're going to be going against tier 7 or stage 7 with good old Ash, and I'm just going to be using Shazura as a striker, and we're just going to do a complete solo. Now the thing about tier 7 is that we're actually going to have a disadvantage. If you guys want to look at the build, I mean, it's just a max build. I mean, you guys have seen the build already before. We have the max stones, we have no transcendent cards, but we're using all of these cards on this guy. And remember that his 3PG does buff up his first and second skill, which is his bread and butter whenever he uses his Phantom UE skill. And let me bring it up for you guys. Let's run through it and let's talk about it, because this is actually pretty insane. This only took me 1 try. Now granted, he's level 90, he's got 3,045 overall points, and you can see the blue text where we have a disadvantage against this Tower of Illusion. But I wanted to show you guys that just like Psyche, this guy can just come in here and do a complete solo. He has an insane amount of range on that first skill, and on the second skill, he's got some decent range. But what's cool about it is, as you guys saw, it's got like a little green flame that just kind of stays in in a certain area, and it just stays there. And whenever opponents hit it, they become stagnant, which is actually really, really good as kind of like a form of CC. It really, really helps Ash's survivability, not to mention the extra damage, because that damn thing does quite a few hits. But the first skill, that range is absolutely insane. It just flies all the way across the screen. So just like Psyche, whenever we use his Phantom UE skill, Ash is just going to reach all the way across the screen whenever he's doing. Whenever you use your Phantom UE skill, whenever you're just using his, just his first skill over and over and over, he's going to be getting across the screen. So you can actually get away from all of these guys, get in a safe haven, and get to the other side of the screen. So that way you don't take any damage, right? So that way hopefully you don't take any damage. It's a pretty massive kit that the guy has, and it makes him very, very versatile in this. And just like Psyche, I wanted to go against where we have, go against the Tower of Illusion, where we have the disadvantage, where we do 50% less damage, where we take 50% more damage, right? Just to show how amazing Ash is. The dude is crazy strong. Now, I do think that Psyche is stronger. I know a lot of people might disagree, and that's okay, but I mean, from the testing I've done, it just looks like he is, especially when I'm comparing a free-to-play account to my main account. I mean, this account, I can do almost double the damage compared to my free-to-play. But nonetheless, Ash is pretty damn nuts. Like, he's a pretty insane character, and this range that he has is just so massive. Not to mention his skills are just so beautiful. It's just so cool that Netmarble incorporated everything they could from the KOF 13 story and put it into this version of Ash with his 3PG, with all of the effects that he has all involved into one. It's just awesome to see him complete, if you will, right? Now we're going against good old Terry. We have 3 bars of the Phantom State, right? Just like with Psyche, I have it all built up. Now what we want to do is we want to use it. We want to get some distance, and then we'll use our Phantom UE skill and start plowing on the first and second skill. So there we used it. We're using the first and third skill, or first and second skill, but Terry was kind of like behind us, right? So we really didn't get to use it as much as we really would like to. Right, a little bit of a pain. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a pain, but this only took me one try. Now we're gonna be plowing it on, and we don't even have them bars built up. Unfortunately, I used all those bars, the Phantom State bar, against a lot of the opponents on the screen. However, now we're really not. Now we're just kind of building it up a little bit. But look at the damage this guy does. Just imagine if I had them bars built up and I would have used this, we would just plowed it on. So I'm just trying to keep my distance, get away from Terry, so that way he doesn't destroy us and kill us, because he pretty much, I mean, even at level 90, guys, he can pretty much just one-shot you and murder you. He can just absolutely destroy you. So you got to be pretty damn careful. But there you are, a full solo Tower of Illusion 7 with Ash having a disadvantage against that boss. That's actually a pretty amazing feat of strength, especially considering that we're not using a healing striker or none of the above. I mean, and having that 3,045 overall points really does help. But even if he wasn't level 90, he could absolutely have done this, guys, especially if you were using like support characters. But I wanted to do kind of like what I did with Psyche and just show you a complete solo. And look at the guy's CP. I mean, he's almost at 3 million CP. You look at his stat details, look at the 521% critical damage, 59% critical rate. I mean, this is just insane. It's so crazy. These UE characters, these stats that they have are just nuts. I mean, look at his attack, right? I mean, this is just ridiculous. 764,000, 1 million, almost 1,200,000 HP. Jiminy Christmas, man. Like these characters are just stacked. But I wanted to show Ash a little love because I do think he's an awesome character. I do not regret pulling him at all, and it remains to be seen what the next banner is actually going to pull. Will it be a collaboration? Will it be another KOF banner? Let me know down in the comments what you all think it will be. And this update really has been just amazing, guys, because we've had the introduction of UE characters, we've gotten a free character in Mukai, we've gotten all these great characters that are actually awesome, even Maki and Kusanagi, who aren't, or Magaki, considered as strong or not as strong as Ash and Psyche, are still godly characters. Like, I think everybody would be happy with any of these characters because they really are just nutso and insane. And if you pull for any of them, I'm pretty sure you're going to be pretty happy with them. So guys, let me know what banner you think is going to be next. Do you think it's going to be a collaboration? Do you think it's going to be a KOF banner? Let me know what characters you got and what level you've gotten them to. And also let me know what you guys think about this UE update with all the new content, with the UE characters, with the free Mukai, and everything that we've gotten in this update. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GG+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.